Alright. We're going to work on, test some, and last ride we worked on some flying lead changes some. And that was good, got some nice little changes. Again, whether we change or not is never the thing. It's always the product of straightness and softness and all the work we do. But she's a little tall to get on from the ground. We'll just see. Watch me rip my pants live on camera. I always like a horse to wait there when I get on. There she went to walk off, so we'll just do a one rein stop. Hold her and wait. She needs to learn to wait. For sure, I see a lot of people, the first thing they do is they ride off. Oh, that was almost really straight with her head. There we go. Ears level. We've been working on that. And a lot of these things, again, they're things to work at. Don't let it drive you too crazy. Don't get too neurotic with it if their ears aren't level there. I want there, just a little change. She doesn't have to bend past 90. Okay. And sometimes we spend too much time over flexing them here and pulling their head all around, so her nose ears aren't going to be level, because her nose is overreaching. I need her to lift her pole a little more there. See, she's past the bend. My hand is in front of her cheek. There we go. Oh, but not get stopped. Now, if she was leaving the rectangle and I needed to put her in a little more of a bind, there, ears level. I would. You make it a little more difficult. Good, ears are level. And then, typically, I almost did ride her off, but typically I might come back there. And I want her to kind of go slow, because sometimes she gets to hurrying there. And so we want her to go slow. We'll take some breaks in between. It's not about going fast. And if she gets to taking over, we might see if we can sit down and stop her. Again, I want my seat. I want her to be, the horses to be following a feel there. And not just, I got it. If you get too patterned or too repetitious kind of on how you do some things, pretty soon your horse just become trick horses. So it's never a pattern. I'm always working on different stuff. We've been working on her staying flexed and not kind of leaning back on my hand, but staying off this pressure. Again, her right shoulder, if you can see it, is stepping right straight ahead. I'd like it to reach. There we go, a little more to the right. Lena, out. And I want her to, as I change reins, there, she changed the bend, but the shoulder's not reaching, so I'm going to open with my left rein, because she's falling out there. There we go. Good. She needs to learn to stay centered. And so when my hand's a little more open here, a little more open to the right, I would like her foot to step underneath my hand a little more. To step underneath my hand. There we go. Good. And then we'll turn her loose. Follow the flexion. I don't want that head snapping back. I fix and I release. I fix and I release. Fix till it stays. 2, 3, and then I'll change. I'm going to push this rein over and then I fix, but I don't want her falling out. No need to look over there, see? A lot of times I see people, they're letting their horses look every which way and not focus on where they're going. I want her staying on my line. How's she going to know on my line if she's looking over there? And if she looks over here, then she's got a little S through her back and she's dropping her shoulder there. It's fine to push that shoulder to the right. If you're going to turn left, then you're not leaning on it. So again, when I change directions, I want to push this rib cage over like a little leg yield to the left. Once I get that, I'd like to open up and have that shoulder reach to the right because it's a right circle. And then for her to stay off that flexion on my rein. Fix, release. I want her carrying that. Good. And then we'll change legs. I twist. There, she changed the flexion, but she's not quite reaching the shoulder. There we go. Good. Fix and release. If I needed to get short, I'd change that coil where I could get short with this hand. But again, I'm working on being able to ride my horses in one hand, even if they're in the snaffle bit. I change my legs. I come out around. I have a line out here. I want her reaching for that line. There we go. Good. Now we'll use kind of the barrels here for you guys to see a little bit. And I want to work on, the head's too low. You don't need to get your head down there. So I'll pick her up. I want her to reach for me, but don't get dull off my legs. Just get a soft feel and stay round. Good. Now I'm going to work on these circles a little bit. She's a little too far out. There we go. Good. To the outside, and I needed her to step in there like that. Good. Don't cut in the circle. I'll block. Now as I come to the next cone, I want her to collect up and keep her front feet on this path so that she's facing the cone that she's on. Now I took the hind to the right, so it's left flexion, left circle, left flexion, hind to the right, left flexion. We're going to rock back, and bring the front to the left, 3/4 of a turn. So now my right stirrup is even with the cone, and we go into right flexion. If she had pushed through my hands, then I'd back around that cone a little bit. Fixed release, and I'll stay on this cone till she gets a little more centered, because she wants to just get straight there, and we're not riding straight, we're riding a circle. So I got to be focused where I want her to go. I can't be willy-nilly looking around, looking into the camera like the movie star that I'm not. And I know I hate to do it, everybody does it, but how many times have I forgotten to click that like button? So if you guys are enjoying this or enjoy this at all, make sure you click that like button. It always helps when you guys like and comment. So she doesn't need to carry it long, and they get kind of pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she's starting to fall out. See, so I'll fix 1, 2, 3, 4, and before she changes, I might change.